to my first ever simming session. I've been toying for a while thinking, oh, shall I do this, shall I not? I used to do quite a lot of flight sim when I was younger, and then kind of went off it, so I'm now trying to get back into it. And the goal for today is just to have a bit of a play and see what it looks like, see what you think. So for this live stream, I'm using my MacBook Pro. It's with the M1, and I just wanted to see like how it works out and is it actually capable of running X-plane. Normally I fly the 737 in real life. I have quite a bit of time on my hands though, so yeah, I just thought I'd see what X-plane is like being flown. Can I still even do this? So the way I've set it up is just purely to have a go. We're at Blackpool. We're not going to bother with ATC or anything like that. It's just to have a go, get the first couple of flights in and see what it's like. My scenery is probably the worst thing you've ever seen. Let me know what you guys think. If you think it looks good and something that you want me to do a bit more of, then yeah, absolutely, I'll do the upgrades and go from there. So the plan for today then, just to give this a blast, we'll do a couple of circuits in this Cessna 172 aircraft and see how it goes. For the first one, I'm not going to bother with ATC or anything like that. We'll assume that it's done. So yeah, we might as well just get straight into it. So assuming we've had the lineup clearance, what I'd normally do is do the lineup checks, which is a TPL. So make sure the approach is clear, which we have done. Transponder can go on to alt, and pitot heat can go. It's a pretty good day actually, don't need it, and the landing light can go on. So that's the approach check complete. We've got the takeoff clearance, so we might as well get straight into it. Release the brakes, applying the thrust now. Just a little bit of rudder just to keep it centralized. Airspeed's alive, T's and P's in green, we've got the full power set. Continuing on the runway, we're going to do this flapless because we're at Blackpool Airport and they have close to over 2,000 meters of I think it's about 1,800 meters. I'll pitch up into the climb now and looking just to maintain 80 knots in the climb now. All looking good here. Next marker we're looking for is 300 feet, where we're going to be doing the after takeoff checks. Cheating a little bit because of visibility isn't that great. I'm just using the DI just to help me out. So 300 feet after takeoff check. So the flaps up, landing lights will keep on, altimeter set, and T's and P's in the green, and the fuel pump will keep on after takeoff checks complete. 500 feet mark we've gone. We'll start the turn now to go crosswind. As you can see, guys, it actually it just flies really, really well on X-plane. Maybe a bit too much bank on there. And I'll just get my climb speed. Just get it climbing back again. Whoop, gone a bit far. I'll just roll it out that way. We'll just keep it climbing up to 1,000 feet circuit height, and then we'll go from there. So far so good. No complaints at all. It feels really nice. It's quite easy to do, approaching the level of 1,000 feet, and it is attitude, power, and get the trim. So 1,000 feet checked. So we're actually over Blackpool. If I could do this a bit more, I'll get some proper scenery in. And there's Blackpool Airport, where I did all my hour building, my CPL, night rating, and also my IMC rating. Quick look in, just make sure the height's good. It's looking fine. And do you know what? At this point, we'll probably be over the Pleasure Beach. Well, I'll use the amusement park as the marker to start my downwind turn. So we'll get that turn going. We've just lost about 100 feet there. I'll just get that back. I'll just add a smidgen more power just to help us through the turn. And looking outside, keeping a good lookout for the traffic. Let's see where we are on there. Cool, we'll just roll out there. I'll just try and make sure that the circuit isn't too tight. God, my flying instructors were watching it. They wouldn't be happy at all with this. Just get the height back, look out the window, and we're near enough bang on downwind. So we can do the pre-landing checks. So brakes off, and the carriage is down, mixture's rich, fuel pumps on, primers locked in, radio's on set for the creek frequency, engine, both mags are on, exercising the carby, direction indicators aligned, altimeter set, harness secure, and the hatches secure, pre-landing checks complete, approaching late downwind, now we'll make the radio call. call sign is November 1720 Papa Lake, downwind to land, runway 10. Obviously not doing it for real today, but yeah, we'll assume we've got the clearance, and we're number 1. So approaching the end of the downwind leg now. I'm looking for round about, it's almost like a 45-degree line that you draw, and then that's the point that then I'll start the turn. I've let myself creep in just a tad, so I'm just going to widen the circuit out just a smidgen. But as you can see, guys, X-Plane 11, it flies really well on the MacBook Pro. This is the one with the M1, so yeah, I think I might keep it going. So that's about right there. I'll start the turn now for base leg. Looking out. I'm not a big fan of the Cessna, actually, guys, just because of the high wings. It's just difficult to kind of make out where you're at. That looks about a reasonable point there in the circuit, and we'll bring the power up, look for the speed to get into the right arc. We'll hold the attitude, let the speed bleed off, keeping a lookout again. That's looking good, and then with the speed just coming into the right arc now, we can have the first stage of flap coming down, and we'll fly this at, should we go 75 knots? Second stage of flaps coming down. We'll start the descent. Wrong way. Cool. And then yeah, we can just start the turn onto finals now. How is it looking as we roll out? Yeah, that's looking about right. I'll just shallow out the turn there. Just watch the speed. We're full wide, so a little bit high. So just pitch down and let that do its thing. So yeah, as you can see, it flies really well actually, and it's not too bad for. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. I did most of my PPL flying in Blackpool, actually, and as I said, most of my L building, so all this is quite familiar to me. We've got the beach over there, Lytton St Anne's over there, and yeah, still 4 whites, but it's coming back in. Looking for 300 feet, committal checks. Carback call, runway clear, approach is stable, and we do have permission to land. We'll just watch the speed, just make sure it doesn't trickle off too much, and I'll just add a bit of power just to let it hold there. I've just selected the attitude there. Not doing a very good job of keeping my 2 whites, 2 reds. And do you know what? We'll do this one as a touch and go. We've had the landing clearance. We assume that's all okay. 3 reds. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We're just using the aiming point, keeping it all steady, keeping it all coming down, and this will be for a touch and go. Do not laugh at my landing, guys, because this is my first one. Oh, bit of a bounce. Okay, cool, we're on the ground. Let's put the flaps away. Flaps can go away, trim is set in the right place, and full power is coming back on, keeping the centre line. Airspeed alive, T's and P's in the green. Sorry knots, and pitch up into the climb. That went alright actually. I'm pretty chuffed with that. Yeah, so we'll just pitch up and what should we say? Should we climb at 80 on this one? Leave me a comment, guys. Let me know what you think if you want me to do a bit more of this. Absolutely, I'll do all the flight training stuff, but I just thought, yeah, it'd be quite cool to maybe do a bit of simming as well. Let me know what you'd like me to cover, and I'll try my best. I'll obviously get upgraded with all the add-ons and stuff. So 400 feet now after takeoff checks. Flaps are up, landing lights off, altimeter is set, under T's and P's in green, and the fuel pump will remain on. 500 feet, let's go crosswind now. We'll obviously be keeping a good lookout and all that. Coming round the corner now, just getting my speed back for the climb. That's looking all right there. Yeah, that's not bad at all. And whoa, nearly forgot the level off. So we'll get the attitude, set the power, and then trim. 1,000 feet, and then once again looking out to the left now, just trying to find the downwind point. I'll get the graphics updated with the town, but yeah, good look at the airfield on there in that view. How's it all looking? Yeah, it's fine. Let's start the turn downwind. So guys, let me know what you guys sim with, what software you're using, what the latest add-ons. Drop me a comment, and yeah, I'd look to do a bit more of this. Normally we'll be able to see the tower for the graphics, and what I use when I'm doing my circuits in this direction is the theme park. There's a big theme park near enough on the nose, and that keeps you near enough from alignment. How's it all looking? Just don't want to come in too tight. About a good place now to do the downwind checks. The brakes are off, undercarriage is down, mixture's rich, fuel pumps on, primus lights and radios on, set for crossings, and both bags are on, exercise and copy, direction indicator and harness, and the hatches are secure. Pre-landing checks complete, and we'll let them know we're downwind. So Blackpool Tower, November 1, 72 Sierra Papa is downwind to land. I haven't got the ATC on, but I will do for the next couple ones. We've got the landing clearance from number 1, so just keeping a good lookout over there, and then also to the right for anything that will be joining along base leg along the pleasure beach. It all looks pretty clear, all looks pretty good. I'll just have a look over our shoulder. A bit further out we'll go just to make sure the circuit is not too cramped. And I'll just open out the aircraft, just open out the circuit just a little bit, just getting my height back. I'm cheating today actually, just using the direction indicator because it's not the easiest of aircraft to see. I would say that's approaching the 10 o'clock now, and a good point for us to turn base leg. So we'll start the turn now, just a 30-degree turn, and just looking out just to help it along. Try not to lose my height in the turn here, and we'll roll out roughly there. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's cool. Bring the power back now. I've been a bit lax actually. I've let the height bleed off. We'll get the height back. Speed's coming back into the white arc. We'll get the first stage of flap out. We'll get the second stage of flap out, and we'll start the descent and just get 70 knots back. How's that looking over there? Oh, I've just overshot it a little bit. Let's get back onto the center line. God, this is not hard actually. This is a lot harder fly manually than it is. There's no LNAV and VNAV to guide you around as I would have in the day job, but good fun it is. Anyway, established on the final approach now. Blackpool Tower, November 172 Sierra Papa final for full stop landing, runway 10. We've got the landing clearance. We are number 1 to land. I'll just get my center line back, and I'll just keep flying the approach around about 70-75 knots. Got 4 whites, sorting that out, and continuing on. I'm just doing this by eye, guys, just picking a reference point, and just trying to keep that there all the way around. We've got 3 whites, 1 red now, and as we're coming back onto profile, just add a bit of power just to keep it going. Over the beach, over the road now, and yeah, all looking good. 300 feet, final approach check, cargo cold, runway clear, approach stable. We do have permission to land, and all looking good. Right, let's see if we can make this landing slightly better than the last one. Don't hold your breath though. As you can see, it runs really, really well on the MacBook with the M1, and coming over threshold with 50 now. Try to get the stall worn out. Bit of a bounce, that will do. So there you are, guys. My first couple of circuits on X-Plane 11 with MacBook Pro M1 by a real 737 pilot. What did you think of that? Leave me a comment. Let me know if you want me to do anything else, other things to focus on the next one. Cheers.